Mr. Blocksmith, we're making orange tart today. We're making orange tart, pear tart and strawberry tart. I've got some sweet pastry here. I've started to rub it together. This is 100 grams of flour, 50 grams of butter. Then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of water in. Now we're going to put some orange zest in it today. These are real good, these. Be careful, they're nice and sharp. We're going to put the orange zest in. So what we're going to do with these, and you want to do this before you start rubbing it together, only I just had this idea. You can see it's still got the white bit on. Don't take the white, we're only going to get a little bit of orange. So you just do one little swipe, move it around. One little swipe, move it around, like that. And then this orange, you're going to have like you get orange biscuits, orange flavoured biscuits. The pastry will have a slight orange. So same with using orange tart, we're not wasting the zest. I quite like making chocolate orange cookies, they're well known. So we're going to get a little bit of orange there. So we could even, if you wanted to, keep a little bit of this for garnish. So I'm going to keep a little bit of this for garnish. If you've got your own container, put a little bit of the orange zest in your container lid or in the container, then you won't get in the way because you need to wash the chopping board up. So that's a little tip for you. So, I'm going to put some of this in, but I'm saving that for later, for the garnish. And okay, so we've got orange flavour in there now. So I've rubbed it together, it looks like breadcrumbs. I'm going to put some water in, and I've got some water here. And I get a tablespoon out of the drawer. This should take roughly 2 tablespoons. So when you do this, make sure you get full 2 tablespoons. One full one. Actually, I'm only going to put 1.5 in. But make sure, because most people when they measure it, they're not very good at measuring it. So get one decent one and 1.5. Then with one hand, we mix it into a ball. So we don't want it too soggy, and we don't want it too wet. If it's too wet, it falls apart. If it's too soggy, it'll be tough when it's cooked and it'll stick to the table. So that's about right. 1.5 tablespoons of water. That's plenty actually. If anything, I might have done 1.3. It might have been slightly less, but that's okay. Now, who can tell me the secret? If I'm making 3 tarts, what do I need to do now, please? Who can tell me? Put your hand up. Yes. Pardon?
Split it into 3.
Yes, we need to split it into 3 first. So this is a mistake pupils always make. They don't split it into 3. So I'm going to get it in this flour shaker. We need to cut it into 3. So I'm going to make it into a bit of a roll, sorry. Cut it into 3. Now I could probably get 4 out of this because out of all the scraps I can probably make another one. So we're going to do a thing called blind baking today. We didn't do that last week. It's a little bit now on top. Now you can wash your hands if they're a little bit sticky. So if you want to, you can wash your hands, get all the pastry off, dry them with a paper towel, and then put the paper straight in the bin. Right, but you don't have to do that, you can roll it out with sticky hands. You'll probably find it a little bit easier. Then if we're making a circle, you need to start with a circle. So making them all into a circle first, push them down, and you can keep them in a circle like so. Don't make them too big. Some people did this last week, they made them too big, because then it'll be too thin, right? So we don't want them too thin. Roll it. Spin it. If it sticks to the rolling pin, it means you need more flour on top. Next one. Roll it. Spin it. And we're going to do a few different things here that we've not done before. Roll it. Spin it. So now we get these, and I haven't greased these, so we definitely need to grease them. We might not need to, but I'm going to because they're far easier to get out. And they don't. And they're hard to wash up, so this is going to make them easier to wash up later. So with this, a little bit of oil in them, yeah, especially on the fluted bit, because that's where they stick. Don't get any sugar. Some of the ones making apple pie last week got some sugar on here and it sort of stuck to it, so be careful about that. So we lift it up and tuck it in. That's another secret as well. Lift it up and tuck it in, and don't push it too hard so I can see through the pastry where you pushed it with your fingers, yeah? If you've got bigger ones, if somebody's got 3 big ones, we might swap it so you've got a selection. Because you've got 3 big ones, you'll probably run out of pastry. So these are individual, and everything we make in year 10, if we're doing pastry stuff, looks far better in the individual ones rather than the big ones. If you make a big one, you have to cut it up, then it sometimes looks messy. So we're going to do one of these, we're going to do the Gordon Ramsay method, which is we're going to cook it like that, and as soon as it comes out the oven, we're going to push the pastry off. These ones, we're going to make sure they push them down a little bit, because as they shrink in here, sometimes they shrink, so the pastry should be up to the top. Sometimes they shrink and they're only half full, so we'll see. If you do not too much water in it, that can happen. It's only 1.5 tablespoons. So these ones here, we fold over them. We can just push with our hand. But this one here, we're going to leave hanging, right? Now I've done that on purpose because I've got a bit of extra pastry here. Now if you put some extra sugar in this would be like a little bit like shortbread biscuits, but it's got water in it. So this one, I might just make a quick fourth one with. Yeah, so I can get you some more tins if we need it, right? So I'm not going to roll it too big, this one on purpose, because I don't want to waste any of the pastry. So hopefully we've got some tartlet tasters in here. If not, I'll find those here. So I'm going to get them out, so you can all have one of them in a minute. So do one more. We only have to actually make 3, but if you're quick, you can have a 4th one. Now this could be like for a jam tart, but we could just make it plain and we might have enough filling for something else to put some extra in. So this one, I'm going to do the good like this one here. I'm not going to cut it off, I'm going to leave it. Actually this is about probably a lot, not wasted any pastry, look at that now. I'm going to push it all in, all the way around, so it looks neat, and these are the fluted ones. Then we're going to do a thing called baking blind. So I've got some rice here, people have things called baked beans. We reuse the rice, we're not going to eat it, this is to stop it rising. Now you can if you want to, but you don't have to. With a fork, I'm going to do with 2, and 2 of them I'm not going to do. So I'm going to go like this with a fork. Some people do that, some don't. It doesn't make too much difference. So I'm going to do that, and that sort of stops it rising as well. 2, 3, then we get one more from here because I've suddenly done the 4th one. Then when we finish today, we just put it all back in here, but keep it in like that. Try and keep it like this, then I can just lift it down and put it straight in. So now they go in the oven. I've got the oven on ready, so you need to do that. It's one of your first jobs, put the oven on. Then we're going to do the orange challenge. What I might do though is get you all to do the pastry first, then we're going to do the orange challenge. So everybody know what to do? Yeah. Rub it together, get them all done, clean up all your flour and all that. Go.